Hey, so this is a video response to Amelia's latest updated personal names. I did an updated personal names about 5 months ago, but they've changed a little bit, and since Amelia just did one, I figured now's as good a time as any to post a video about them. So, starting with the girls, my number 5 girls' name combo is Larkin Selah. I was really surprised when I saw the name Larkin. Like, at first I was like, oh, that's way too trendy for me. But as I started saying it over and over and over again, I was like, that's actually a really cool name. And it means like a lark. And I've loved Selah for a while. It's musical rest. So Larkin Selah means like a lark of rest, which I think is really cool. My number 4 is Cassia Mae. I love Cassia so much. And of course I love Mae because it's a family name. And the thing with Cassia is it's cinnamon from the cassia tree. And in the word, cassia was a part of the spices used in incense. So I think that's really neat. And Mae is a derivative of Martha, which means lady. So I kind of think it's funny that Cassia Mae kind of means spicy lady. Number 3 is Blythe Philomena. I love this name. This is from my list before. This hasn't changed. I love Blythe so much, and I love how Blythe Philomena means happy and strong friend. I just think that's so cool. My number 2 is Juniper Elowen. This was not as high up last time, but the last couple months as I've been rolling it around in my head, I've just gone, you know what? Juniper Elowen is gorgeous, and I love this name so much. So now it's my number 2. And my number 1 last time was Reva Gwen, but I still love that. But now my number 1 is Rhona Winter. Rhona is Hebrew and it means song, and so I love how Rhona Winter means song of winter. And winter to me is just a very restful, rejuvenating time. So I really, really love that. I love Rhona. I think it's so cute and spunky. For the boys, my number 5 is Atticus True. I love Atticus. Josiah has warmed up to this lately. And it's funny, I probably told him I liked the name Atticus a year ago, and he was like, oh, that's a horrible name. And I mentioned it to him the other day, and he's like, Atticus is such a cool name. So something has transitioned in the last year where he likes it. And Atticus means father-like, and I just think it's such a cool name, and Atticus True is great. My number 4 is Jasper Frost. I've loved Frost for a while, but I've always been like, well, it doesn't have, the most amazing meaning, and I love it, but I don't know if I could ever use it. But I just said, you know what, I love the name Frost, and I love Jasper, and I think that they go well together. And so Jasper means treasure, and Frost, it's all frozen water, but it also means white-haired. So to me, Jasper Frost, treasure of the white-haired, to me is someone who would be very respectful of older people, and I think that's really neat. That's something that is missing nowadays. Number 3 is Simeon Clive. Clive was on my first list, and then I kicked it off, and now it's on again because I just love this so much. And Simeon means to be heard, and Clive means cliff dweller. And this is probably me rambling, but in the story of Elijah, he was up in the mountain talking to the Lord, and fire came and heavy wind, and the Lord wasn't in any of that, but he was in a very still breeze and a whisper. And that's what I think of when I think of Simeon Clive. Up in the cliffs, the still small voice of the Lord to be heard in the cliff dweller. So that's what I think of anyway. Sorry, that was a long, rambly story. Number 2 is Champlain Moses. This was higher up, or up a ways from the number 2 position on my last list. But I really, really love this. Like Juniper Elowen. Sorry, I just really began loving this name. Of course, Champlain is a family name. I don't know if you remember that from my last video. but I just love how it means champion born of God. And my number 1 has not changed and probably will never change, and that's Silas Landon. Means man of the forest from the Long Hill, which the meaning always cracks me up. And I've actually seen Silas getting a lot of notice lately, which makes me glad and sad at the same time. It is a name so worthy of more attention. But that means it'll also get more popular, so I'm torn about that. But so anyway, this is my probably really rambly, really boring top names update, but I wanted to share it anyway. I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you around.